Hi, I'm Kevin Hill, and today we're going to do another fun painting. So let's get started. We'll start off today with our 2-inch brush and a little bit of yellow and white. And let's come right here and drop in a nice little glow in the sky. Now maybe today we're going to do like a little bit of a forest painting. So a lot of trees. This sky will be mostly covered up. This is just light kind of filtering through the trees. Very, very subtle. Now with our filbert brush and a nice light green color, let's just scrub in some beautiful little bushes back here. We don't want anything too hard. These bushes should be kept pretty light. And you can throw yellow and all sorts of beautiful colors in there. See that? Change it up so it's not the same all the way across. Next, with our filbert brush and a little bit of white, yellow, and green, let's just throw on some beautiful highlights out here. You see that? It just doesn't take much. Kind of toss them on and skip around in random little areas. We have this really beautiful light source there in the center, so you can kind of think about that as you go along, where that light would hit some of these trees. This is just the suggestion of light. We're not sitting here trying to create each little tree limb. Just little smudges of color. That's all we need. All right. Now, as you can see, I have a little tiny river down here. It's just sketched in with a little bit of paint on the filbert brush. And next, we'll just block in some grass here. This is just the 1-inch brush, a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow. There, that's very pretty. And maybe as it comes out there, we can allow the underpainting to get a little bit darker, a little bit more of the green, touch of black even. Yeah. Now with our filbert brush and some brown, black, touch of red, let's just begin to drop in a beautiful tree back here. Now we don't want it too dark, but we do want it to stand out. So kind of a mid-tone there. Right. See how it goes right over the light area? Oh, that's nice. Another little bit right there. Blend it into the rest of the tree. And we can do a couple of trees like this. Maybe there's one over here. Next, with our filbert brush and the beautiful light yellow color, let's just scrub in some background highlights here. There. Now, as we come closer, we can tap. Maybe we'll use the fan brush later. But in the background here, I really don't want much texture. That's why I'm kind of using the filbert brush and scrubbing it. There. And of course, you're going to want to do color variations, beautiful different colors in there. Don't want it all to be the same. That wouldn't look as nice. Next, with our filbert brush, we can add in a big tree right here. Now maybe this tree comes way down here, more in the foreground. Let's do that. That'll be nice. This is a big one today. And maybe, oh, it's got some big old limbs like this. Oh, this is going to be very nice, almost silhouetted against that beautiful background. Next, with our fan brush and a little bit of yellow, maybe a touch of red and white, let's just begin to underpaint some water here. Now there's a little bit of color there to reflect some of the colors in the sky. Set that brush down, pick up a filbert brush here and load it up with some green, touch of black, and also scrub this color in. This gives the reflection of the trees and things around the water. Next, with our filbert brush and some green, black, a little bit of yellow, let's come up here to this tree And begin dropping on a few beautiful little leaves. Now we don't need to go overboard, just a few. See, you kind of scatter them around randomly like this. There's some. They come all the way down and cover up some of that background. Now with our little blender brush and some white, we can start right here, touch down, and pull carefully right across the tree. Now you're going to wipe your brush off, reload it, and pick your sun ray right back up and drag it across. Nice. Reload it, and carefully do another one. Next, with our filbert brush and some black and brown, let's just drop in another tree. We've painted a lot of trees today. They're so much fun. So maybe this one kind of comes down. It's a big one. It's there in the foreground. Thicken him up a little. This creates very, very nice contrast against the beautiful light in the background and all the nice things. And on these sun rays, if you don't feel comfortable doing them while the paint is wet, it's all right to let the oil paint dry and then come back and just sort of streak them in. That might be a little bit safer. It just depends on what you want to do. And maybe while we have this brush going, we need a big one. Oh, it's going to go right through the light. Nice. That's going to add a lot of interest to the painting. Next, with our filbert brush and a little bit of yellow, touch of white, we can just begin to scrub in some beautiful highlights here to the water. Now, it's not going to take too much of this. Just don't want to go overboard. Do a little bit at a time. Maybe even you want to step back from your painting, take an overall look, and see if you like the way it's going, or if certain areas maybe need more highlight. Hard to see it when you're right up against it. Now with our filbert brush, we can just paint in a few beautiful dark leaves up here. Now maybe we'll throw some highlight on these, but it won't be much. And I certainly don't want to cover up all the background. So I just dab and dot with the filbert brush and create a suggestion of a couple of leaves. Notice how these are so big. I'm just smudging. Just smudging. It creates a wonderful little indication of a leaf very quickly. So you just you can continue this little process until you have a nice tree. Next, we can block in a little bit of a bush right down here in the foreground. See, I'm just smudging and dabbing with the filbert brush. It doesn't take too much. It kind of comes up like that. And I don't know, just a little something back there. All right, now maybe we'll just load this up with some black, touch of brown. And here we go, right here. I want to paint an old stump. This really is going to give some character to this painting. And it'll be about that wide. Now we can begin to drop on some beautiful little highlights here. It doesn't take much, just a few. And we need a few over here too. Don't cover up all of your rocks with highlight. Only want to hit just the outside edge and leave the rest in shadow. Nice. All right, well, I think we're done. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. Don't forget to check out my website, my DVDs, and also my brush line. And thanks for watching.